Here's a little video I put together about a recent trip that I made to Nagaland, which is in northeast India. And I got to Nagaland by crossing a recently opened border between India and Myanmar. And that border crossing will bring you into the Indian state of Manipur after you cross the India-Myanmar border. And that was after I crossed western Myanmar. That's a whole nother story. I made it to Nagaland and made myself quite at home once I got there. It's actually a lovely place. This is the city of Kohima, but we didn't come for Kohima. We came to go see the villages, me, Dave, and Lily. We came to see the villages and the people and the amazing nature and countryside of Nagaland. It was recently closed to foreigners, so we went there and we jumped on the bus. Literally got on the bus and headed out of Kohima, the capital of Nagaland, and went to our first village of Konoma. And in Konoma, you stay at, as in most Naga villages, you stay at a homestay. There aren't any hotels. So you get to the village, and a few of the villagers are allowed to take in foreigners. And that's exactly what we did. We stayed with a lovely older couple here. We stayed with them for 9 days. They told us we were the longest people that had ever stayed at their homestay. That's because Nagaland has recently opened up to independent travelers. Before a year or 2 years ago, it was impossible to go on your own. You had to go with a group. And so you only could stay a couple of days, and you were only allowed 14 days in Nagaland. We stayed for a month. So we stayed for 9 days at this family's house. We had to ask. After about 5 days, we kept asking to make sure it was okay, because it's not a hotel, it's their home. And they cooked for us all of our meals, because there are no restaurants. This is the kitchen where we ate. This was, I think, Sunday. The family was gone to church. They have been converted to Catholics by the missionaries, because before that they were headhunters. And so I guess that's a good thing. And the village of Konoma is absolutely lovely. This is the terraced rice fields that take up most of the valley. It was the end of the season. The rice, that's why you see the different colors of rice there. Those are the ones that are ready to be harvested or had already been harvested. These stones are tribal stones put there for some purpose to commemorate some event or person throughout the history of Konoma. And in Konoma, and in all Naga villages, they're at the end of the road. And they're at the top of the hills. And they're usually quite remote, and they're always fantastic and beautiful. And this is at the end of the valley in Konoma, just walking out from our homestay. And this eventually, I don't know where this goes. That's the end of the road, man. It just goes into the forest from there. And after our 9 days in Konoma, we got back on the bus again. And we headed out to the next village that we were going to stay at, which is called Longwa, which is another village with homestays that foreigners can go stay at.
This is our place. This is where we've been staying in Longwa village outside of Mon in Nagaland. That's the king's house right there. We've been over there, eat dinner, hang out with the king and his brothers, and this is where we're staying. This is where we've been staying for the last 4 days. Yo, brother and sister, this is, I'm showing everybody our place. This is our house. This is the house that we kind of took over. Yeah, brats, big brat kids.
Not all the kids are brats. Some of them are absolutely lovely children. And I'll follow you around the village. This is one of the village gathering houses, communal centers, buildings where people congregate and have meetings about the tribe and important things. They're spread out, a number of them throughout the villages. And this was very cool. Uncle Dopa, a former headhunter, he got his face tattooed the first time that he took a head. And he used to come visit us.
The real boss.
Actually, he's not the king of Myanmar. He's the chief. He's the chief of the village next to the village of Longwat. He'd been invited by the chief of the village we were staying at. But Uncle Dopa was very cool.
Really cool.
And he liked to smoke opium, and we liked to smoke ganja, so he used to come visit with us every day, even though he didn't speak a word of English.
He's the real deal.
He was a lovely guy, even though he chopped 3 people's heads off.
Yeah.
And that is depicted throughout a lot of the carvings in Nagaland. You will see skulls and fearsome creatures and fearsome warriors wearing skulls and lots of decapitated skulls. And that's what the Naga people were known for. They were headhunters, and they were a fearsome tribe throughout the region and lowland India and Assam and the other places nearby. They were quite frightened of the Naga people, and they were actually quite lovely to us.
Thank you, sir.
They don't chop heads off anymore, but they do still carve, and they do still retain their pride as warriors. And they will all tell you that. They will all tell you that they're warriors. And then they'll ask you when you're leaving. And that's true.
Big patch of ganja.
And the girls love Lily. All the people, the young women congregate around Lily. And we gotta say thank you to Nagaland. Thank you to the people of Nagaland.
Family homestay, and then we don't know where we go after that. Anyway, peace and love.
Yeah, aloha.
Namaste. Aloha.
Nagaland is one of those fantastic, special places that I would feel very fortunate to have been able to go to. And it's not for the average sightseer. This is for people that have a keen interest in culture. And again, thank you to Naga people. And aloha and namaste to everyone.